Episode 53 of Digimon Adventure 2020 has landed. We'll crack down to my thoughts and video review for it just in a bit after the intro, of course. But don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe if you are new here as well, and press the bell to keep notified. And also don't forget to check out my Patreon. You can find the link to that on the screen right now or in the video description down below. But without further ado, let's crack down to the intro, shall we? Right, episode 53 of Digimon Adventure 2020 landed this morning, and I just finished watching the episode today, and it was one of those fun little episodes that I really did enjoy. It was a little bit more heartwarming. We didn't see a Mega this time around, so they must be packing up, keeping Joe's Mega in the saving it for a later date. But we did get a glimpse of it in the episode with his Digivice glowing that black color that it does for his signalation. So there was some type of foreshadowing, should we call it, there. But the episode opens up pretty much with Joe, Hikari and Takeru, and everybody that was with them going to the hot springs and finding out that the hot springs were empty and everything. And we meet a Digimon known as Kabukimon, and he says that we can take you to a hot spring that where our Lord is. So all these little Gekomon and Kabukimon all take them to where Shogun Gekomon is. And I'm going to be calling him Shogun Gekomon because I never liked the Japanese name Tono-sama Gekomon. Shogun Gekomon, I think it was the English name for him. So that's what I'm going to be calling him from this moment in time. So they get there, and we find out that this Shogun Gekomon is completely different to the original Shogun Gekomon that we saw in the original series. Completely different, as in he loves hot baths, he loves hot springs, he loves being warm. He doesn't like the cold or anything because all his power gets swept away if he's in the cold, or he's out for not even that long, even out of short periods of time out of the hot spring. His power or his strength just goes away and he literally starts going cold. So he notices Gomamon, and he wants to marry Gomamon as his bride. That's pretty much the whole thing and everything. And he just fires one of his horns and blasts everyone out of the mansion, and they landed there. And that was pretty much the first half of the story. Pretty much that they go there and everything. And then after the eye catch bit, we see that Joe tries to go back to rescue Gomon after they found the Nannymon and the Blossomon that were stuck in the snow, and Tailmon helps them out. And it was the same Nannymon and Blossomon that were at these original hot springs when Joe was there. A few episodes back. Quite a few episodes back, 10 episodes back, 20 episodes back, some point around there. So then he gets blasted back via some just standard Gekomon, but Agumon rescues him with the safety first Digimon that I've already forgotten his name, named the Beaver Digimon. That I'm going to call him the Beaver Digimon. Rescued him, and Taichi shows up as well. So then they come up with the whole plan to draw Shogun Gekomon out of the mansion and out of the hot spring within that mansion by making a fake spring. So once they arrive and once Shogun Gekomon goes into the spring, that's when all the final attacks happen. Then And to cut the long, short recap short, because it was a fun little heartwarming episode, definitely a Joe-centric episode as well. Just cut story short, Gomon got swapped out by Nanimon, and it was a bit shocking for Shogun Gekumon, and then he digivolves into Ikakumon, and still as Ikakumon, Shogun Gekumon wants to still have him as his bride, but then, so while he was then, it's still everything. Joe then mentions that hot springs are for everybody, and everyone, and stuff like that. Ikakumon then digivolves into Zudomon, and manages to be there. And then the hot springs that we originally saw from the beginning of this, near the middle of the series, way back when, return. Now, then they all said, and then pretty much Joe told that there's still a hot spring left for them to send. Shogun gave what we can share these hot springs with you. We can go into this, into these and everything like that. And Joe said, yeah, like I said before, hot springs are for everyone, everybody. So they come to their senses. Kabukimon and Shogugekumon come to their senses, and they start calling Joe Lord, and everything. And that's where the episode ends. Next week is an interesting episode as well. We get to see some more Cross Wars Digimon in the form of Cutemon. And we've got a new Digimon, another evolution of Ogremon by the looks of things, called Rebellionmon. Because you could tell it's a form of Ogremon, an evolution form of Ogremon. Then, so it was really nice. So we're going to see that, and it's going to be another Tai Chi centric episode, but it's going to be interesting how it plays out next with episode 54. But this episode, it was an okay-ish episode. I will say that to the least. It was definitely a Joe-centric episode, and Joe-centric episodes seem to be a bit more of the comedic side of things and everything. At least it isn't as bad as the original Shogun Gekumon episode back in the original series, both in the Japanese dub and the English dub of that episode. I never liked it, definitely when it was definitely a Mimi focused episode, because back then Mimi wasn't my favourite character in that series. She was one of the more annoying characters in the original series, and she's less annoying in this series, and she's a bit more with it this time around. She has more of a personality of her self than anything else. She's not as annoying as she was in the original, when she was at this age of 2020, when she was that age in the original series, and everything. But this episode was slightly better than the original. I will say that this was definitely a better episode over the Shogun Gekumon episode in the original series. This was definitely better in that sense, and I can't say much about that. But it was just an okay-ish episode, to say the least. I did enjoy it. It was an okay-ish episode, but I wish we got to see Vikingmon in this episode. But that might be saved for a later date for more to do with his crest. Because remember, this whole Hot Spring episode was more to do with a little bit of it was a little bit of a filler episode, because remember, they mentioned the Hot Springs before everybody split up and followed their compasses to their designated grand disaster compass points, with Tai Chi still being broken compass. But so it was this just did feel like a little bit more of a filler episode and stuff like that. But it did seem to be a lot more there this time around. But I will still say this Shogun Gekumon episode, I think it is a bit more better than the original. But that's because it didn't have Mimi in it, so it didn't. Well, Mimi in the 2020 series is a bit more of one of my favourite characters in the series. Whereas she was one of my least favourite in the original, but I'm glad she wasn't really a series staple here. But other than that, like always, you can comment down below what you liked and didn't like about this episode down in the comment sections down below. And don't forget, I like to get these discussions going and everything like that. So don't forget to comment down below what you liked and didn't like. And I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now. See you. Another great episode this time around, guys. Not a great episode. What did I say? In the main thing, it was an okay-ish episode. What am I saying? I've already backtracked a bit and backtracking what I've actually said in the main review. But it was an okay-ish episode this week, guys. And as always, you can check out my affiliate links down in the video description down below. Don't forget to do that and everything. And don't forget to check out my Patreon. It is appearing on screen right now, or you can find that link as well down in the video description down below as well. Also, if you are a returning subscriber, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It goes a long way. And if you're new here and you came to the end of this video as well, or you've already done so anyway, but I'm just going to remind you anyway, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and press the bell and then click all to keep up to date with all my videos for the foreseeable future. And don't forget to check out my end cards here that are appearing probably nearer the end after I've done all the talking. But anyway, I've been your host, Kai from Kaiser Take Corner, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye for now. See ya.